just seeing that apparently we are back up. Apparently the audio, you just need to check if you can hear us on the stream with the audio. They can hear us. We're going to go live. Here we go. We apologize for the delay. SNSD versus Connolly in the ETF2L Season 3 Premiership. Here we go on the start, and it's just going to be a standard start at the moment. Waiting for a few things to happen. The soldier, Linus, is going to go around. He does not get... That looks like it's a sucker trying to go around with a caber jump. Doesn't get anywhere at the moment. Looks like he's going to be sent away.
Kaidus. He's always known for his caber jumps on the medic, but I think Colony are expecting it. And he's just jumped behind at the moment. Now he's jumping in on the right, but he's nowhere near the medic. They're too smart for him.
Yeah, the originator of the caber jump in Highlander, and it's not worked out because they know he's going to do. Brilliant position there for the sentry gun. It's really far forward. I say far forward. It's in a really nice position. Got to keep that Wrangler on it though as much as they can. So that's where the pyro is around the sentry gun area, looking for a spy. And you can see the spy there. That is Hurri going round underneath, looking to cloak up at the moment. The cap is I say the cap is the car hasn't been pushed to first point yet because they need to get rid of that sentry gun ASAP.
Yeah, they need to push up and use their Uber. And sorry, Skully, I can hear a lot of feedback in the background.
Yes, I can hear a lot of feedback. Don't worry, I shall get that sorted at the moment. You just keep saying,
Hurri just came back round behind the medic, gets fraggen, said, and there's a forced Uber. Finally, SNSD's patience pays off, and they force Colony's Uber, and the medic almost gets air blasted off the edge as well by TheSucker, who's moved to Pyro, no longer dropping Ubers on medic. And Hat is now moving forward. I don't know if he popped his Uber. I think he has 100%. Yes, he does. So they're going to push with 100% Uber onto the second point. Okay.
And they're going to push this. Where have they got the sentry up? They haven't got the sentry up at the moment. Some really nice aggression there at the start, really. 125 was that the first cap? So that's really fast, isn't it? I'm pretty sure 125 is a fast time.
It's kind of average, to be honest, with first points. A lot of teams give them up weekly, but it's the fact that they have this Uber advantage, but they're kind of ballsing it up a bit. Kaidus is well overextended and dying. I don't know where the Uber is for SNSD, if it was forced. I have no idea where I can't see him anywhere. I found him, he got dropped somewhere, or he died. He might have even dropped Uber. I didn't see him, and, well, that was a bit of a failure on the second point there.
It's a bit of a failure as well because with all this almost lemming style, as I call it, going in one at a time, they have managed Connolly to pick up a level 3 sentry. I say pick up, have managed to build a level 3 sentry, and it is in the usual position at the moment, quite far around the corner, so it's not going to get spotted until that scout does spot him. So they are going to see something right now. Is that Kaidus? Kaidus may try and go for some long-range dickies. Can't get anything. They're just waiting for the moment to get their Uber at the moment. It has got 65% Uber. It looks like they're looking to pop this Uber and do it that way. We see Linus goes down. So they've already wasted Girardi as well. So that's also going to be helpful for them. I'm pretty sure. Here comes
Zooob bombing to try and force his Uber on Hat. It was a great surf away from Hat. He survives in 30 HP. Zooob doesn't force Uber. He didn't even have Uber yet, actually, Hat. And now they're going to attack this top right window where you can see the heavies from Colony fraggen was trying to hold. But instead, SNSD have taken over and Ubered really early.
Early Uber, yes, and now comes the exchange of Uber. Now they're going to focus on that sentry gun. The sentry gun goes down. So ALX is going to suicide himself because they have the sentry gun down and they have managed to push the car. And look at the high ground. They've got Kaidus who's gone flying from the minigun there. He does survive on that 20 health. They do get through here. They have managed to push them back really far, but there's still a sentry gun there. So the engine is still there around the first spawn. And they need to get hold of that as fast as they can. I'm pretty sure the teleport is dead as well. It is. So they've finally got control of this. No one's hiding. That's the good thing as well. They've got control of this, and it's 324 for 2 caps. And I still think that's slow, isn't it? 324 after 2?
No, that's actually quite fast. Zooob had a jump up at Kaidus. That was kind of bad positioning by Colony. They weren't spread out at all, and they just got sort of caught in the corner. That's one of the big mistakes you never want to do on this map on the second point. Never get caught in the corner with the Uber. And they kind of lost everybody in the end. And SNSD starting to look good, pushing up the hill. I mean, it has equal Ubers. I think they even have a slight advantage. I can't see Hat's Uber percentage on my HUD. Yeah, here they go.
Yeah, they've had the Uber as well. Here they go. They're going over for the Uber. Can they get a kill? They have got nappr. Then kissakala just go down. They haven't got the heavy yet. I think they have. Yes, they have got the heavy last. Yes. They've got a lot of people down. Have they realised that sentry? That sentry is only level 2. Okay, there it goes. Now it's level 2, and with level 2 and Wrangle, that's going to be quite a hindrance. And there's a block on the point, is that? Or no, it's my HUD frozen. No one's touching
it's just
point.
Nobody's on it. SNSD, everybody has moved up. And I think we have a pause as well.
It's a pause, right.
And Colony got that, lost all 3 of their most important players, Heavy, Medic, Demo, to an Uber advantage, which is kind of really poor play. You shouldn't do that at this level. So yeah. Colony making a few sort of mistakes in defence, and SNSD are just capitalising on them. It's not brilliant play from SNSD or anything, it's just mistakes from Colony. SNSD taking advantage, but nobody pushing the cart is a bit of a mistake.
Yeah, especially, I'm just looking at the pause, no one's even around the cart. So, that's really interesting. No one's even around the cart at the moment, so I don't know if it's someone's dropped from there. SabaSaba, sorry, I just got told it was SabaSaba, the spy for Connolly, actually got backstabs to take out who was on the cart, so that's why no one's on the cart. The cart was blocked by the spy player of SabaSaba, always the top spy, one of the unrecognised spies in Highlander, I always feel. So, that's the reason why it stopped there. So, we're looking at who's up. There's not even anyone around as they get unpaused now.
Oh, they've just unpaused.
Yeah, they've just done pause. HUD will be frozen. We apologise for that. Nothing we can do because of Val. Pyro comes behind. He's going to try and take out the Medikit. Can't take it out. Yonus does go down. But they need to get someone on that cart. They finally get the scout on that cart. And they are in really great position. Look how far back they have pushed Connolly. They're really far back. And I don't think they've actually started building a central gun. Now they're starting to build the central gun up the top. But look how far forward SNSD are.
Yeah, and the combo from Colony is actually trying to hold above in this room. They could actually pinch SNSD from the high ground. Instead, Kissakala is healing a spy Hurri, and they've Ubered. Kissakala's just dropped behind a pyro. Nobody's noticed him. He's managed to escape so far. I think he's going to go down. Finally, TheSucker chases him down. And there's another Uber advantage catching the Colony combo off guard. The demo's still alive though, so they still have a chance to hold this. The demo could put loads of damage on the cart.
Look how far ALX is. Look how far forward ALX was. That was brilliant. ALX really just with a lot of just area denial with the being the fat heavy weapons guy there has really helped them. Really, if they just get that central gun down, this looks like it's it. Septique goes down
just
to a backstab.
Just
a scout gonna leave it. Just a scout gonna leave it. No one's picking up the scout. The scout goes away. They finally get it. And what's the time going to be? 6 minutes 18. Now that is fast.
Yeah, that is very quick for upwards. This last point can be really tough to hold.
That is fast, and in some ways, you don't even have to be aggressive anymore, do you? And I realised what the pause was. Before they started, they said that between rounds they would be going for a pause. So I reckon that's what it's for. They were pausing for the for a half time of the round there, probably. Just using memory there for the moment. So 6:18 though. That's really fast. Where would you put the central gun right now? Now I'm just seeing where Q's put the central gun. Would you agree with that positioning? Especially you're only defending 6:18.
It's quite common in Highlander to put it on the hill. Colony have favoured the sort of on the hill on the bottom of it, so there's sort of less weakness for the NG with the sniper, but some other teams prefer to put it on the right side. As well, particularly American teams prefer to put it on the right side. It seems to be a trend in Highlander. It's
when
weird.
I played the VanillaTV XTV show match, that's where I was playing engineer for VanillaTV. That's where I put the central gun, and Kip, who's playing engineer for XTV, put it down at the bottom, which we saw at the start of last round. So it's an interesting position there. With the height, you do get more of a range. So, and it's interesting how far back they are playing at the moment. Connolly are playing really far back. SNSD playing
teams
really far
opt
back.
not to hold this first area because of the respawn advantage is so badly against you, and a couple of kills coming in for SNSD.
Yeah, that's what they need right now. They could be complacent.
Keep an eye on zooob though with the direct hit, spamming from the side. He's been caught by Drozo, so he's been denied.
And Hurri does get a couple backstabs there, so that's going to hold them in. It all depends really how quickly they're going to take this first point. We know it's going to be a quick, fast point, but it's how quick can they get to second. And we can just see that it's just at the moment they just don't have the number up to get there. Both Ubers haven't been popped though, which is the interesting thing. Kissakala has to force it though. SabaSaba has to force it with the sticky span, and SabaSaba, they had to force it here, and at the moment we got a heavy here. Now then, ALX had the Uber pop later than him, so they got the advantage. Nothing comes out of it though, but they have lost their sentry gun, and they're going to hold this 5 minutes left, and they finally got onto the first point.
SabaSaba did a really good job as spy. He took down the engineer stuff and the engineer and the sniper. So yeah, he got the engineer as well, the main thing.
You know, here comes the spy coming right onto behind the sniper there. Hurri, they're going to go for it. Hurri does take down Septique. That's a key pick at the moment. He immediately cloaks up, goes to invisible. Really nice tactic there just to make sure no one knows where he is. And we can see that they are taking quite a high approach, only letting a couple people on the cart as they push it. And the sentry gun is level 2, not level 3 at the moment. That's not going to be helpful as they're going to stop focusing the sentry gun. It's in that usual position right around the corner, hard to spot. So
oh, TviQ just snipes kissakala. The medic for Colony goes down. That's going to ruin everything. Put Colony in a great position, but as you can see in the Highlander, one kill on the medic can change everything. TviQ the man as usual to get the kill. He's having a good performance tonight so far. TviQ, his opposite number Septique isn't really doing what Mind was doing. Last time I saw Colony play, Mind was destroying the parrot gapers. SNSD is still holding this hill even without their medic.
It's TviQ though. We all know how strong TviQ is. He's like that. He in 66 he was when he goes sniper in 66. You know, you've got to worry because of I casted the first playoff game and he was just immense. And then when you get into play sniper all the time in a 9v9, it's just mind blowing. He's still that lethal scout that he is.
Look at Furbo sneakily pushing the car.
Oh, they had to force the Uber. That's brilliant. They had to force the Uber because of it. They didn't know where anybody else was. Brilliant play there. And now they can actually, with the sentry gun was sat for a moment. Going to get to the sentry gun. The sentry gun finally goes down. There was a reflect there onto drosophile. That's not going to matter much. Oh, the mini sentry right behind the car as well. It's just one soldier. Linus just trying to prevent it. Finally does something. They hold it, and I thought for a moment they weren't gonna stop that car, but you know the car hasn't even been touched, and now it's going backwards. Real great defense there from SNSD when at one stage it looked like they were having to give that point up.
The forced Uber. I missed that entire last bit from my stream lagging, and TheSucker completely denies the Uber from Colony. It's done nothing. zooob bombs in to attempt to get the sentry. He does take it down actually. He's still alive on the car. He dives to kaidus at the end, and fraggen's in a great position to drop down and destroy everything. Here he comes around the corner, takes out the sentry nest. Great push, and he forces the SNSD, but kissakala needs to run away now. Don't heal your team. Just run. Don't heal your team. And SNSD haven't committed.
They were lucky there because Yonus was round the cart. The cart didn't leave the platform area, so he was able just to air blast the medic away there, so he couldn't do much there. Where is zooob? zooob being really aggressive. They're being really aggressive, but there's 2 minutes left. I don't think there's enough time. They would need one hell of a push. But they need one hell of a push right now, and if TviQ's going to just do that to Septique, here comes the Pyro. Pyro does take out nobody. I thought he managed to get somebody off there. I can't actually see. They really need something here. Uber does come off, and it's going to be who's that there? It's going to be nappr with there. It's going to be nappr there using the Uber, but he's just been denied. nappr did take it down the die. Hurri comes behind, takes kissakala, and fraggen with the backstabs there. And this has to be at 135, and they don't have the cart moved. They have the cart on the start of that slope, but not much. They're all over it. This is the danger zone in terms of pushing the cart, and really they need to get on it now, and they can't get on it because of just how much spam and how much aerial denial is about. I think you've got to call this GG right now and 1-0
I'd have to agree with you there. I mean, I'm giving a lot of attention to zooob because he's my teammate, but he's doing absolutely brilliantly as soldier for Colony. I think he's top fraggen for them, and it's not what you usually see soldiers doing so well in Highlander. Obviously they do a job, but zooob's having an amazing game, but he can't do it by himself. Certain people in his team don't feel to be up at the same level as him.
I'm just looking at the kills. zooob 18, ALX and TviQ 17, then kaidus with 15, then fraggen 14, and that's basically that's your top 5. So yeah, zooob really been on form for them for the start of this, and it's just a shame that they just didn't really have, they were taking out quite a strong time, which really hindered them. But second round now, when they get started shortly, they're going to be the ones setting a time, and you can be sure they want to try and put the pressure on and have another fast time.
Yeah, that's definitely true. SNSD certainly looking a different team than what I saw in the warm-up. A lot more focused. But I think it's the sort of mistakes Colony were making that were costly, as Hurri almost falls off the edge there. It was sort of the mistakes Colony were making, getting caught out by uber advantages on defense, getting caught out in positions where they defensive uber meant nothing because it was right next to their sentry, so kaidus could damage both their combo and the sentry at the same time. Sort of things like that. Some mistakes they were making. SNSD don't tend to make those sort of mistakes. That seems to be the difference. That and TviQ is on fire, and Septique hasn't really entered the game yet.
Yeah, just like TviQ is just like... You can always say ban sniper when TviQ's playing. That's how just good he is at the moment. For some reason, he's really been on form the last few weeks. Really been on form. I've got to stress that. I mean, I've not seen a sniper that good for a long time. In 6v6, in Highlander, in lobbies, in pubs, whatever you want to call it, I've not seen that.
Thinking back to the days with J-Hate, when you had dominant snipers like that.
Yeah.
Another person who hasn't quite cracked it today is Furbo. He usually does so well for Colony. Some people say he's the best Highlander scout. But he hasn't had much of an impact on this map, but then again it's just push cart on offense, isn't it? Scout.
Yeah, push cart win, you know. They top score because of pushing the cart.
He usually does get a lot more sort of clean-up frags, and he also usually does a really good job of denying the spy. I've played against Hurri so many times. Hurri's, you know, he's been... I've heard a lot of talk in the Highlander community. Yes, Skully, there is a Highlander community.
There's a Highlander community? Wow!
Oh yeah, there's quite a big one, actually, especially in America. It's a huge Highlander community, but the Highlander community from Europe seems... The general consensus is Hurri is not the best spy, kind of really carried by SNSD. He's been on song tonight.
You've got a guy for playing well, and then on one side, and spy, and then you've got SabaSaba, which I feel is like one of the most underrated spies. I don't know about you, I'm one of the most underrated spies in Highlander.
He's the sort of player that, when you mention good spies, his name isn't usually mentioned, but it's because you kind of think he's so obvious, there's no need to mention him, because he's been around for so long. You know, playing Highlander against the best teams for so long, he can be very, very deadly. Killing medics for fun, taking out your key classes.
Exactly. Now, I think they're the wrong way. Yeah, they've just switched now. They're on the wrong side, so they have switched. There's going to be a minute starting there. After this later, for all those watching, we will have 66 action. We've got my DBG, I think I've said that right.
DGB.
Versus DGB. Yeah, I knew there was those letters in some way. Against BFF in the EHS Cup. Yes, EHS is back. That's the quarter-final. Pledge is going to be joining me and Comedian up there. That's going to be 21:15 CET. So GMT +1. So basically do your GMT minus wherever you are, then add the 1. You know, you guys can work it out because, yeah, I screw up.
You need to read the... What Mirilin's pre-match comment on VanillaTV?
Yes, I think we should try and get that linked in, like after this or soon, because it's an amazing comment that he's put down there. And if that doesn't make you laugh and prepared to watch a nice bit of 6v6 later, I don't know what will. Anyway, where is the sentry gun for SNSD? They're going to keep it in the same position. Actually, that's a little bit more to the right. That's not going to catch. That's really genius,
It's not really covering the car, but it's sort of covering the left there. I think the idea is the heavies will cover the sort of cart, whilst the sentry will focus more on the left area. Is that the idea? And you can see nappr jump there to get in a position to spam cart, but he's just being caught out.
Yeah, it's really good positioning there at the moment. We're just going to see what's happening there. Drozo gets a couple kills, and then gets taken down by zooob there. zooob being his on-form self. They are almost happy enough just to leave the cart here, to leave the first point, because you know they know that they can hold it.
It's a different style from what I'm used to seeing in America, playing with the Syndicate as a backup. You know, world champions and everything. But they would hold they'll hold so much further forward, and they would be blocking the cart at this point. A lot more. They wouldn't let it get through the choke point. And now SNSD finally putting a fight up for the cart. AOX moving forward. TviQ sniping nappr on the cart. Drozo is moving forward, so they're blocking the cart. But Colony is still probing for weaknesses. They haven't committed their medic out of spawn yet. He's in spawn.
That's interesting, yeah. I mean, usually when I see Highlander, the Ubers do get popped early or really late, and it's one of these situations right now where they just want to assess the playing field, assess where every piece is, and just then make their move.
Here comes Kissakala. He's got to watch out. TviQ having crosshair on him. nappr.
Early Uber there, but the head. No one's on the heavy. ALX has got no medic on him. He's finally get flashed, and it looks like that it is Kissakala. Had to be blown away. Did they get anything? I don't think they got a single thing from that Uber. In fact, it worked against them.
No kills at all. They did pop kind of early, but it was sort of where they came in from, which was the problem. They could be blocked off very easily by the pyro. And they weren't really thinking about a repush. Their flank was completely obliterated. You know, there was no need to even... kaidus had no need to be involved in the UE. He could just spam the cart, spam the flank support, his flank glasses. But there's an Uber source and Kissakala
there. Kissakala got an Uber source, but he's not healing. He's not healing, so that small Uber advantage he had now turns into a small Uber disadvantage. And are they just going to leave the sentry gun? Yeah, because of where that sentry gun was. I like the idea, but the sentry gun can't get anything. You know, now he gets taken down from a long-range sniper because he was in the range, but that was the issue they had there. Really nice idea to try and catch them off. Just wasn't going to work for them.
They prefer to sort of hold an organised defence on the second point because they can hold it for a long time, but it's a difference between American and European teams again. As Kissakala drops his heavy to give nappr all of the Uber, thinking he can do more with it, he doesn't do anything, and... it's another fail push for Colony.
Another fail push. Because they're having to pop the Uber early, and popping the Uber early means that means they're going to be out. They're going to be at a disadvantage in the Uber fight, and you can't switch. You cannot switch in that situation. So taking the Uber gun, the Uber off your heavy, really, it's a really questionable call. Look, here they go again. The heavy's like the ALX has stayed in that little area, in that little house all game. Like, all the time there. They've got on the one where they got a teleporter.
But nappr just went huge. He jumped around, destroyed the pyro and the engine. Now he gets the sentry going from around from the sewers. He's still going. nappr, he finally gets cleaned up. He's made his team so much room. And zooob is also leading the aggression, going behind. And Colony have managed to make a very successful non-Ubered push, all thanks to nappr's really great work as a demo. I'm not sure where Kissakala's going. He's the furthest person forward on this team.
Whoa, Sucker with a reflect onto zooob. That's something you don't see every day.
Yeah, Sucker hitting right click at the right time. That is something you don't usually see.
Well, for him hitting the right, I see what you're saying right now. I was about to say that and repeat what you said.
Yeah. Here comes Kissakala moving up with the Uber. Colony with a bit of momentum. It's an early force again. AOX knows he has a better Uber.
Oh, there's not much in it though. There's probably a few seconds left in it, and they're not going to take anybody from it.
If they chased there, they could have killed Kissakala. He was distracted by Hurri, the spy, but they didn't chase.
They have not chased at the moment. TviQ takes one to take Septique down. Is he going to be taking anybody else down at the moment? It's just a scout trying to push that. Zoob's going to come in and Zoob's going to come in and try and stop anybody, but that teleport, not the teleport, that sentry gun is all the way level 3, right at the back of the straight.
Hat's gone down, I didn't actually see it, but I was going to comment on SDC's very, very defensive play, typical European style, and Colony have got all of this ground, and they're pushing the cart with only really a Wrangler sentry opposing them. They're going to cap this third point, very likely.
They are going to push it because the Wrangler's not going to stop a scout behind a point. Really good, so now they're going to take out that sentry gun which they just avoided. And that's going to be a bit of a challenge, but Kissakala does have Uber. What are they going to do? Well, it looks like he wants to go in at the moment. He's not going to... he Ubers, but he lost nappr! He wanted to Uber with nappr, and nappr went down! Oh dear! And a body shot as well. TviQ, what are you doing? A body shot, really?
Yeah, but it's Colony have a lot of frags, and they've still got position on the cart. Hat trying to find him at the moment. He's holding up top with AOX. He's on 60%. 60% Uber. This is where Colony needs to just pressure the SNSD combo, because the defense isn't whole, as he was saying. Cube wasn't up, and Hat's being forced back, and they're going to lose AOX, and Hat's also stuck in no man's land. He's just running away for his life. I think he managed to make it alive because Linus was distracted on the cart for him.
Fraggen goes down, but look, they've had to leave the cart.
Oh, Drozo's on the medic. He got Kissakala to like 5 HP. He was so weak. but his team just about came in time and rescued him. Drozo didn't gamble.
TviQ again, maybe a go! And it's the demo man as well. So that's 2 good headshots there for TviQ, just what they need. And here we go again, when I always say about a sniper, it limits it down, and he takes down letq. That's free. It limits where they can go when you've got a sniper. It's almost like closing up door number 1 and you have to go through door number 2. And there is no door number 2 or a good door number 2.
Oh, wow.
And then Hurri takes those, and here comes the pause. So basically, in 90 seconds, they've caught this. I think that's what they're doing. They're pausing at the end of each round, at the end of each half. So
it's very possible that they could have capped this 90 seconds, but the way it looks at the moment, TviQ and Hurri are buying them valuable seconds.
Well, let's look. Hurri's just gotten 2 backstabs, and kissakala's got an Uber. There's no one else around that he can Uber at the
there's
moment.
a mini sentry, so I don't think Hurri will be able to force it with a revolver.
Around the corner, you've got TheSucker, ALX, and Hat with a fully charged fully charged minigun. Above them, you've got Cube's level 2 sentry, which I'm bound to be level 3. So, I can't see, you're right, I can't see how they're going to do this.
I'd keep an eye on just what SabaSaba does with his next life, to be honest, because he could get in, he could backstab, you know, something important, demo medic, heavy engineer, important, and the way TviQ sniping, backstabbing him is as valuable as kill.
Backstabbing him is so valuable. But the way, I'm just looking at this now, with the way they are up at the moment, I don't really see how they're going to do this. I'm just trying to think in my head right now, okay, so what they're going to do in 90 seconds? Well, are they going to hold and wait? You know, because we know that they pause, so I'm trying to put it in my head right now. Like, what's going to happen? Yeah, I'm thinking
SabaSaba gets a good sort of entry kill on something important. It makes enough room for Colony to execute a good Uber push, where they get, you know, position and or frags, and then from then they might overwhelm SNSD defense. Something like that is going to happen, or we could see a mistake or an unlucky drop for SNSD.
No, you can't have an unlucky drop for SNSD because Sucker's not playing medic.
I meant timing out. You did go there. You're pushing boundaries tonight.
I'm pushing the
Skully.
boundaries. Controversial.
I don't think TheSucker deserves this kind of criticism, to be honest.
I'm sorry. I love TheSucker really. I'm pretty sure when he sees, if he ever comes to I-40, if he comes to I-49, he'll have some words to say to me.
I'd watch your back.
Yeah. While we've got this pause, like we say, at 21:15 CET, we'll be back with some EHS Cup action. My DGB. There we go. Why? I don't think there's a G in there. There's a G in there.
Well,
they will take on BFF in the quarterfinals of the EHS Cup. Best of 3. We don't actually know what the maps are at the moment. Not that I know of. That'll be here with me, Pledge, and Comedian on the stream as well. Check us out, VanillaTV2.org. We've got a write-up there with a really nice comment from Marilyn there for the game. Really good, really funny to read. So just trying to think as well. We also have, of course, we've got our Twitter as well, at VanillaTV. We've got our YouTube, VanillaTV.org. Our Facebook, VanillaTV.org. You know, just the basic stuff. Do check us out. There should be some games coming up because we know this week will be the final of the season 13 Season 13 Premiership. The final will be hopefully this week, unconfirmed Thursday. That's the only news we've been told as they are unpaused. And here they go. Let's see what they are going to do. They are pushing really forward SNSD right now, and I reckon that they're just going to wait. SabaSaba goes down to kaidus, so he's not done anything. Linus goes down to zooob. Zooob goes down to Linus. So nothing's happened at the moment.
Yeah, there's just sort of a couple of kills on sort of flank classes, but even when defending this sort of point, when you get a few kills like on, you know, TviQ going down to letq, that's a good kill.
Here comes the Uber. Here comes the Uber. The Ubers do get popped off, and it's going to be the Pyro pushing back kissakala. Kissakala's got nowhere to heal and nowhere to go. And this looks like where else are we going to go? Kissakala finally goes down.
Furbo comes from the stairs. Hat fell down during the Uber fight, and on his way back upstairs, Furbo just picked him up. So there's a medic drop, and kissakala with Uber advantage now, so this might be where it all starts to go right for
There goes SabaSaba. He's going to take down TviQ. That's going to be the pick they need right now. They know where he's going to be. Oh, I love where Q's put.
Oh, they're only 2 up. Just kaidus behind in the window. nappr takes down Cube in the sentry. Linus spawns, trying to hold this choke point. kaidus as well. Sort of desperate stuff for SNSD. kaidus falls off the edge, but Colony have so much power on the cart.
What can TviQ do? What can TviQ do? He cannot do nothing. Kind of a shame that we had to pause. It's kind of anticlimactic because then we know what's going to happen. Bit of a shame, but I guess you can't really help that.
You never know. Sometimes they can pause. Someone could just drop and they could pause in between the push, but that is a decent time for Colony. Considering I've seen them, obviously it's sort of average time really, but I've seen them not be able to cap 1 or 2 points. No, it's 7:52.
My HUD is frozen. Sorry, yes, it's 7:52. Sorry, I do apologise. They can hold that. I'm pretty sure they can definitely hold that. All depends really where they're going to put the sentry gun. They're going to go with the aggressive play, as they. Well, I call it aggressive. I feel that at the bottom of the hill is aggressive. I mean, at the top of the hill, you're playing it passive. So I can really see that right now.
Oh yeah, it covers more ground without the Wrangler on, so you can, and as you can see more area. So basically, sort of giving their team a bit of a backbone structure, their defense a bit of a backbone, a bit of a structure, so they can sort of defend forward a little better. I don't know if that makes sense. It probably doesn't. But you can see their demo will probably be spamming the sort of main choke point with the heavy supporting him, Pyro spy checking, the soldier and the scout on the flank, things like that.
My HUD is frozen. No, the only thing that's frozen really is my player score, so can't really see the damages at the moment or the health, but that doesn't matter. We don't need that at the moment. We're just going to see a lot of going.
Here comes the kaidus jump.
The kaidus jump goes right behind him. Going to fire down a couple pipes. Gets nothing from the pipes, and the pyro, because they've been so distracted that the pyro comes straight in and take nothing out, but the sentry gun of Q goes down.
Huge jump by kaidus, but he craters just before he hits the medic. It was so unlucky. It was really smart as well. He went all the way behind, did a massive jump. The furbo managed to chip enough damage off him so he cratered when he landed. But it doesn't matter, the aggression is coming in from SNSD in this position. But no Ubers have been popped yet. kaidus is going to try again in a second. Here he comes. Jumping around, sort of gets caught on the skybox, goes back to spawn.
Yeah, he's had to go back to that skybox. I really question why he wants to keep doing it now, at this stage of the game.
Well, they did it on the first point. They eventually managed to force the Uber and give themselves Uber advantage. And nappr almost gets caught out from the flank. kaidus now goes around to the sentry, isn't shooting
He's
him.
not going to do anything. Oh,
is he going to get
go away. He's going to get away. He's going to get away. He's going to get away. Let's get taken out from the Wrangler. Oh,
I can't believe
that.
He keeps doing it. The sentry was unwrangled for a second, and because of the fact that it was unwrangled, you know that 3 seconds it takes to take the shield off, so the sentry can't auto aim on him. And kaidus saw that and thought, "I'm going to go for it." And he got
Septique with a nice headshot there, and Linus. Sorry to cut you off there. Really good push there, but they haven't. Look, it's stopped. They've stopped going at the moment.
Hatter's only just come out of spawn. They've been in spawn for nearly 2 minutes. Exciting times for medics. He's going to push right side with kaidus. Good early force from fraggen, but I don't like this position from kissakala. And kaidus jumps again after the medic. He misses the K, but this time, but Hurri is there with the medic down, backstab. His trademark. Good pipe from nappr.
Yeah. So all this talk really about what people say that Hurri is being carried. Really, when you look at it, he's been getting some really vital picks there. TviQ takes down Septique, nothing new there. Well, look where TviQ is though. He's right there. You don't even need to put anybody else looking at the spawn doors. Just get TviQ where he is right now, and he's moved away finally. But
Colony are going to have to just settle defending this sort of corner. First point, you can defend this point really successfully if you're sort of built up for it, but it's very rare to see teams hold this point aggressively. I call it stoic defense dedicated to a Canadian team that defended that point really aggressively on the third point. But I don't think Colony will be able to do that at this stage, especially since TviQ has just stabbed fraggen and he just jumps in super aggressively, catches nappr. kissakala gets juggled, he's weak, he's so weak, he's gonna drop down to the... Oh, wow.
Another reflect, and... Well, where they made the mistake and not been able to set up for second, they've made out for now setting up completely for third and fourth, basically on the straight. So they are going to be holders now.
The fact that the cart is only halfway there gives them a little bit of a chance. That hill can be notorious for how long it takes to push people up, but...
Soldier behind as well, though. There's a soldier harassing. Zooob was harassing. Does finally get taken down.
Blast by TheSucker. Kissakala goes down into the pit of doom. Huge play from TheSucker, finding his feet as a pyro.
Finding his feet as a pyro, yeah, it could be a new job for him.
He can certainly right-click with this class, make no mistake about it, and a huge uber advantage for SNSD. Pushing this
huge advantage. 4 minutes. I'm really surprised. I thought this was a time that they could defend. Connolly could defend. There goes Zooob being thrown up in the air from ALX there with his minigun. Now where's the sentry gun? I'm just always looking one step ahead. Where is the sentry gun placed for Connolly? It's up the top. They're getting it up to now. It's level 3.
You can defend this point for 4 minutes quite easily, but it's this uber advantage is the problem. How kaidus has used these ubers really well as a demo. His aggression, TviQ 2 kills. That's not what they need at this point. Connolly
and they're going under. They're gonna go under. They're gonna surprise them going under. Sentry gun goes down to the sapper, an air shot as Linus goes up. I do get my words there. He's going to try to get the pyro. Yonus takes down Linus, but the damage has been done. He's managed to set them up into a nice little position. nappr does take down a couple there for Cube. They are behind in the supply. SabaSaba takes down ALX. No one caught onto that.
Need to block the cart though. There's nobody in a position to do it. It's just the spy.
There's the spy. He's blocking, and now comes the scout at the backstab. Here comes the others, and they have got control of this right now. They need to get onto this. They can't just put that. Septique gets Linus. Brilliant play there from Septique.
Mini sentry OP. Skully.
I love this play. I love what they've done. And it's letq. Is it? It's letq gone. Engineer.
Yeah, he has been playing NG all game, but it's sort of a skin of your teeth hold by Colony. They need to keep someone watching the cart. Hurri could just dead ringer cap it. They've got to be careful. But I like that Colony aren't giving up sort of an aggressive position. They know that they have to retake ground, but SNSD are going to fight them for that control of the top hallway here. You see where their combo is.
215, and basically every choke point, every entrance is covered by at least one member of Connolly. SabaSaba goes down. That's not what they want. They know that there's a couple people running away at the moment. They're going back in. There's a spy. Spy? Where is that spy gone? I did see that spy. I've lost him.
Hurri.
He's right by Hurri. Hurri is basically right near the cart, but the cart's been pushed back again. So what are they going to do? 147.
I think he's going to go for the sniper. Hurri.
Here comes the Uber. Here comes the Uber. Hurri takes down Septique. The Uber exchange goes off now, and they've had to share. The heavy drops down, which is a good thing for them now. There comes the other heavy coming down. Fraggen drops down. He takes
that was a great inspired play.
Zooob takes down SabaSaba, comes to the 12 scout. They're going to take the scout down. The LA2 finally moves to level 3 and takes it. Oh wow, what a defense! 125, enough for 1 or 2 pushes. Really, one push in a desperation.
Yeah,
loving the push
you just
at the
said it. You just said it, Skully. What a defense! But there's still, 1 minute 15. ALX picks Zooob up, so there's time for another Uber push or just an on-Uber push. ALX doing well. 2 kills.
TviQ's getting some kills. ALX is getting some kills. There's going to be 3 on the cart. What can they do? It's just the engineer up. They need to get onto this. SabaSaba goes down.
nappr needs to focus the cart.
They need to get some focus onto the cart. The demo man flies over, but the demo man is dead. And there we go.
No.
SNSD are going to take the match. That was a really exciting finish.
Yeah, nappr and fraggen, they just focused the combo. They knew, obviously, if they had ignored the combo, they might have got destroyed, but they didn't have any choice. They had to focus the people on the cart, and they lost it. At the end of the day, they would have probably been annihilated by the combo, but there was always a level 3 sentry as an insurance policy. So it was sort of just nerves getting there in the end, but it was so close in Colony. But they do lose again on another time that I watched them lose to SNSD. It's depressing me, Skully, so much.
And SNSD is, and I gotta say this, it's quite a mouthful, still undefeated in competitive European play.
I'm not sure if you could even count the show match as a proper game. There might even be another one at the end of the season. Stick around for that, but thanks for letting me cast. Skully, it's been fun.
That is fine. I mean, thank you very much. Thank you very much. We have been VanillaTV. This has been the Highlander action. He has been Hildredth. I've been Skully. Massive props to my casting buddy, my casting buddy, comedian here who has been on the stream. Please check us out, VanillaTF2.org, the usual Twitter, VanillaTV, the YouTube, VanillaTV.org, the Facebook, VanillaTV.org. We will see you again. We don't know when, we know it will be soon. Check us out. Thank you very much for watching.